Alright, this week we're talking about bunker shots. In particular, we are talking about how to hit a shot from a buried lie. So you can see here my ball is in a greenside bunker and half that ball is submerged. You know, sometimes this happens. We don't like it to happen, but if we know how to get ourselves out of this situation, it might save us a stroke or two. And you know, the first goal whenever we find ourselves in with this type of shot is to just get this ball out of the bunker. If we can just get this out of the bunker in one shot, we're going to save ourselves probably a stroke or two. And you know, the technique-wise is a little bit different from a regular bunker shot. A regular bunker shot, we do not want this club to dig. We want it to kind of glide through the top surface of the sand to try to scoop a little bit of sand and just send that ball out of the bunker. But for this shot, since the ball is submerged below the top surface of the sand, we have to dig down below that surface of the sand to go get that ball. So we want this club to dig. So in a normal shot, normal bunker shot, we open that club face up, okay, and we try to use what we call the bounce of the club. The back edge of your wedge is called the bounce. That's what helps glide the wedge right through the sand. Well, in this shot, we do not want that to happen. We want this club to dig. So there's a couple of differences in the technique that we're going to use to help you get that club down below the golf ball, which is well below the surface of the sand. So number one is, instead of opening the club up to use the bounce, what we're going to do is we're going to close the club. So if this is square, we're going to toe the club in. So if this is the toe of the club, this is the heel, I want that toe to be out in front of that heel, okay? So what that does is it acts as a digging device, kind of like a knife, just chopping right down into that sand. If you put that toe out in front of the heel, it's a sharper edge, so it will dig faster and dig deeper below the surface of that sand to get down below the ball and pop it out. So number one is to just close that club down, okay, and toe it in, and then take your normal grip from there. Number two is what we want to do is we want to try and engage our wrists just a little bit more. So I'm going to use my wrists. I'm going to feel like I'm picking the club a little sharper and picking that club up towards the sky. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create as sharp of an angle of attack as I can into the back of that ball to help create a digging motion. Okay, that's why I'm trying to use my wrists. I'm trying to place the ball a little bit more towards the middle or the back of the middle of my stance. All of that's going to help me create a very steep motion into the sand, which is going to help pop that ball up. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot, and then we'll recap after that. Alright, so number one, we're going to close that guy down, close that toe in, try to use this part of the club to actually enter the sand first. And then number two is I want you to feel like you're engaging your wrists. So your wrists are really starting to hinge the club towards the sky. That's going to create that downward hit, very steep hit, get below that ball and get that ball up in the air as soon as possible. So try that out. Might save you a stroke or two to get out and on the course. You find yourself in that situation. And remember, the first goal, just get that ball out of the bunker, and I think you'll find yourself handling these situations just a little bit better.